Welcome to a special moment in the college football calendar, the SEC Championship Game, the original conference championship game with a long history of classic moments and legendary performances. Welcome, folks, to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on last year's national champions, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. Team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. To pass. It's Stockton. Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver.
Well, that's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
Second down after the incompletion. And he drops it. Can you believe it?
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
And now a third down of the opening drive of this championship game. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Looking for the wideout. Oh, incomplete. He's very lucky that wasn't intercepted here in the opening possession. I'd like to have that one back. It's going to bring up fourth down. The Bulldogs will line up to punt it away. Looking to flip the field here. Returner decides to fair catch this. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. To throw, it's Holstein. Grab down the middle, it's Green. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Looking to throw here. The pocket breaking down. The pass ball is incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but nobody open.
Boy, when this guy gets out of the pocket and starts to create, you kind of hold your breath knowing what he can do. But how about the defense here? They did a good job of forcing him to throw and taking away the scramble.
So second down after the incompletion. And he'll set up to throw. Takes the grab. It's Watkins.
You know, these kind of routes are always great for receivers who do a really good job of yards after the catch situations. And they're easy completions for the quarterback.
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. To the air, it's Holstein. Grab near the sticks. It's Barry. Finding some room at the 25. They make the stop, but it'll be 1st and 10 now from the 18.
You know, third down, the key to me is the offensive line, the pass protection, because you know that you're going to throw and the defense knows that you're going to throw. It's a matter of can you protect your quarterback and give him the time, and then can the receivers win on the outside? They're able to do that, move those sticks. It's a first down.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. And the completion made. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Looking to throw yet again. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Returner looking to make a play here. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. They finally get him, but that's a great return. The last line of coverage guys just able to corral him, but a great spot to start this drive. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? Looking for some space. It's Frazier. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Getting set up. Here's second down. Grab behind the line. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
It can be hard sometimes in a pre-snap, but if the quarterback can identify the outside coverage, he can avoid these kind of losses. This was just man coverage on the outside, and the secondary pounced on that screen.
Now from the 40, the offense faces a 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Looking to throw. It's Stockton. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Catch made down. At the 25.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Caught in the backfield. It's Frazier. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia. Point try coming now. And it's up and good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. In the first play of the drive now from the 25. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Dropping back, it's Holstein. He escapes the pocket. Going to try to use his legs here. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time, before he can get out, they keep him to a short gain.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Green. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice game. They're getting closer to the 50.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
1st and 10 now for the offense. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Breaks into the clear. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield. The defense does their job. They've got everybody covered. But I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the 1st down.
Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, if it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his 2nd touchdown alone here in the 1st half.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Back-to-back deep shots. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
The extra point gives him a 14-7 lead. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out. It's White. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. To the air. It's Stockton. Pulls it in here. It's Young. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
When the defense sits back in a zone coverage, good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
So quickly up to the 35-yard line for first down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. He's hit as he throws it. Grab made near the sidelines. Good job keeping the foot in bounds. That'd be enough for a first down.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more recently Jake Fromm and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
The game makes it second and medium. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught near the sticks. It's Young. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw. It's Stockton. Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, what a grab! We finally tackle him after a huge chunk play. Moves the ball to the 12.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for 6. Intercepted in the end zone.
The offense here, Chris, getting aggressive inside the red zone on 1st and 10. They take a shot near the goal line, and the defense does a great job of stepping in front of that for the interception.
So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So they get nothing on the first down run. Brings up 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Second down, we're going to throw it. Looking to scramble. Lets it fly to the wideout. Back down the middle. It's Hill. They bring him down, but a big chunky yardage on the play.
Well, how about that? Another LSU wide receiver makes a big-time catch for the Tigers offense. Oh, just a couple names to throw out. How about OBJ? How about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, who right now arguably two of the top receivers in the NFL, all from LSU. And watching this young man right here, he's hoping he's next in line.
And the wideout goes in motion. Dropping back, it's Holstein. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's hauled in way downfield. Touchdown, LSU. That's how you finish a play. So still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Looking to throw it on first down. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. He saw it, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
That's a big first down for this offense, and it's not been a great day so far, but maybe this play can get them going. And keep this in mind, Chris, because they started the game with the possession, they will not get to start the second half on offense, so they need points right here.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. He's got a man down the middle. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. Quick throw, testing the middle. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. They stop him after a big gain. Move the ball to the 26. Dogs will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Using his legs. It's Frazier. And brought down at the line by that big defensive tackle. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Tight end goes in motion before the snap. To throw, it's Stockton. Looking downfield near the end zone. Pass caught, can he get in? Stopped short of the touchdown, but the offense is set up now, 1st and goal. First down, clock stops for a moment, but no huddle here. They've got to hurry. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
What a job by this offense here near the end of the half, leaning on the run game to cut into this lead and make this a one-possession game. Talk about seizing some momentum.
And they'll set up with a PAT. extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Moves out of the pocket. Hit as he released it. Oh, that one's picked off. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
So early movement from the offense that'll push him back 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense now operating in empty. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And the ball is incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28. They move the 6, but hold to the line here on 1st down now. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Incomplete. Trying to find the receiver there. Just missed him.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Catch made on the left side. He'll go down after a solid gain, more than enough for a first down. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Signs a good throw. Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. And they get him down what will be the final play of this first half. that is going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Dogs will kick this away to get the second half going. Thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The passing game's been on fire. The defense has had no answer for it. Let's see if they found some solutions at halftime. And looking for a big play here. Caught inside the red zone and still running. Touchdown, Tigers. This offense cannot be stopped. This passing game is on fire. The quarterback cannot be stopped. With the conference championship on the line, he's delivering.
Yeah, he's in sync right now with his wide receivers. But, man, my attention seems to be more on the defense. What in the world are they thinking? You can't just allow this quarterback to sit back there and throw. You've got to be able to put pressure on him, or he's going to continue to throw touchdown after touchdown.
Point after, not quite through. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Pop pass on the jet sweep. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to throw. It's Stockton. That's caught. It's Williams. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
With the catch, it's Coleman. Breaks loose at the 45. They drag him down after a big gain. He moved all the way to the 38.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
As the first down is still going. They make the stop, but the offense is set up in scoring position. First down from the 23.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Nowhere to run. No corralling for no gain.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure a defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
They'll try to run it with the option. That's a big gain. Great decision to keep the ball and pick up the first down.
Man, we know this guy can spin it, but you can't forget about his wheels, too. That's another first down for this offense, and they are feeling it.
Receiver in motion now. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. He fires this throw, and it's intercepted. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? Inside the 30. Past the 10. They'll finally catch him. That's a huge return. They get the takeaway and set the offense up in great position.
Wow, what a play by this defense to come up with the interception and a big return. They almost take it to the house, but you got to give the quarterback some credit. Yeah, he threw a pick, but he didn't give up on the play and hang his head. Instead, he makes the tackle to prevent the defense from scoring.
Can the offense convert that pick into points? They're set up first and goal. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Receiver makes the grab. Touchdown, LSU. This offense really clicking. That's another passing strike from his quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ball game.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up the coverage because right now it is not working.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out. It's White. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Looking to pass here on second down. Fires it to the wideout. Hunt over the middle. It's Coleman. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today.
Scanning the field. It's Stockton. On the move now. Fires it on the move. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Play fake, looking to throw. Can't hold on. A good defensive play brings up a 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And the Bulldogs bring their punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. And here's the return. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here's the first play of the drive. They start at the 28. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Taking a deep shot here to the right. It's caught inside the 30 and still going. Finally brought down to the 20-yard line. A huge gain puts it in great scoring position.
You got to pick the right time to take your shots downfield, and this offense just did that. A huge gain, and now they're down in the red zone for a 1st down.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but is the final play of this period. It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, it's a pretty solid lead. Let's take a look at our game stats, how we got here. So who's going to pick up the W as we begin the final quarter of play? Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Obvious false start there, moving too early. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Watkins. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Holstein. He's running out of time here. He'll try a pass here. Oh, and it's dropped by a normally very reliable receiver. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players, get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
Well, they're going to go for it, try to keep the drive going. 4th down and 7. Looking to throw it again. He escapes the pocket. Looking to the end zone. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a huge 4th down stop.
Hey, let's face it, this aggressive approach has helped them build the lead that they've had. But what they've done now by not executing and getting this 1st down, they've given the opponent really good field position and a chance to get back in the game.
Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. The quarterback's got it on the option. They stop him right at the 24. The Dogs will come to the line to run the hurry up.
That's a good read. Got him a little bit closer to that 1st down and a nice chunk. Now, I bet before too long, we're going to see that quarterback pull it, try to get a chunk of yard.
The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Could take it all the way. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down try. Can they get something going here? First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Bringing pressure. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Hey, it may be a little bit late, Chris, but they get the interception they're desperately looking for. Now, they're still down by 3 possessions, and it's a long shot. But if they can score and maybe get an onside kick, who knows?
Offense makes its way on the field to get the drive started. Dropping back, it's Stockton. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Quarterback drops back. It's picked off again, the 4th for this QB today. He's going to take it in. A game-changing play. Touchdown, LSU.
Well, it's just something freeing when you have this kind of lead and you can just turn the defense loose. Getting aggressive pays off for them here. They get the interception, and what athletic ability there to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. First job here, protect the football. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Tackle is made. That's good for a first down at the 47.
Hey, this offense isn't giving up. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. You're down big. But who knows? Make a big play and try to get in the end zone, maybe get an onside kick.
Finds some space. They finally stop him, and not before he gets to the 16-yard line.
There he is. Finally, he's able to get on track and pick up some big yards here in the 4th quarter. It has been a relatively quiet game for him. The defense has done a nice job of bottling him up, but not there. He finally shows what he's capable of doing when he gets out in space and can show you that speed.
Over the middle, it's Coleman. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line, the offense threatening here. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. He hands it off from the gun. He's tackled down at the 4-yard line. The defense getting pushed back. The Bulldogs looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Press coverage now from the secondary. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. To the end zone, but incomplete.
Boy, what was the quarterback thinking here? You're inside the 10-yard line. You got a chance to put points up on the board. You can't just randomly throw the ball into coverage like this.
So it sets up a 2nd and goal from the 4. There's a run to the left, looking for the touchdown. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. Tight end goes in motion. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And we're able to get him down.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
Back to pass. It's Stockton. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a 4th down stop.
Well, they just had to go for this, Chris. Pretty obvious. Not much of a choice. Down late in the game like this, you got to be aggressive. You got to take a chance. This was clearly just not their day.
So the drive begins with the offense backed up at the 2-yard line. Pounding away with the run game. First out and more. He's still running. Finds room at the 30. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? At the 10 now. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Tigers.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there and booted away. Bringing it out, it's White. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Grab down the middle. It's Frazier. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36 in his first down. To throw, it's Stockton. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
It's 2nd and 10 off the incompletion. Ball at the 36 still. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Looking deep for late-game heroics. Almost picked off yet again. He's going to set up 3rd down.
But here we are in the 4th quarter. The offense just trying to come up with something to try to spark this offense to give them a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the defense is playing smart. They're sitting back, anticipating these deep throws.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw again. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Yeah, Chris, he got hit right as he released the ball. Very fortunate that ball's not picked off. And the bottom line is that they can't give this quarterback more time in the pocket. They have no chance of thinking about trying to come back.
4th and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? And the quarterback dropping back. And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. He's bringing it back. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
Well, I thought they had a real chance here to be able to cut into this lead, but the quarterback gives it back to the defense, and the climb just got much steeper as they're running out of time here in the fourth.
So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And it's a kneel down. Offense getting set. Second down play here. There's the snap, and he just takes a knee. Wow, what a tremendous run these guys have had, and now they can call themselves champions of the SEC. That's one of the most difficult titles to earn in this sport. And now with the playoff looming, we can find out how they fare against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.